a minute. So she passed away? Did his mother really die from I guess, a drug overdose or some sort? Wow, that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking, if that is true. Welcome, friends. Welcome to Look and Live. You are now here with Pastor James Devalan, and this is another reaction video. There's a particular artist that has been popping up over and over again in my comments. His name is NF. I had reacted to 2 of NF's songs before, and I had put out a community vote, if I may refer to that as a community vote, and I have gotten a number of recommendations about doing a reaction video to one of NF's songs. I am willing to make it my next video reaction. So which one of NF's songs you guys would like for me to react to? And he was highly recommended How Could You Leave Us Now. Sorry about the typo, by the way. So guess what, guys? We're not gonna waste time. We're gonna spend time listening to that song, How Could You Leave Us Now, from NF, to see the content of the message, get into the heart of the message, and see what we could learn from that as we delve into that. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna delve right into the heart of the message. Please stay tuned. Okay, friends, welcome back. By the way, my friends, One Accord the Guild, have something really good going on in their YouTube channel. I'm gonna pause quickly here and let you take a listen to that.
We did it. We built the Ark. Not that one. This one. So we didn't just build the Ark. We built the Garden of Eden. We built Babylon. We built Sodom and Gomorrah. Jerusalem. And this thing. Alright, whose is this one?
Nobody's. We could go on to the next one.
Okay. So why did we do this? Because we were bored? No. Because we're all unemployed? No. Because exploring the Bible through Minecraft would be innovative? Maybe, but no. Because we want to make these stories come to life? Yes.
Alright, you want to go over to One Accord the Guild on YouTube and check out what they're doing. They have something really good happening there. So go share some love with them. Let them know that Pastor James sent you over from Luke and Live. And once again, thank you for being here. By the way, if you are new to the YouTube page, like and subscribe to the YouTube page. Click the bell icon to be notified for my upcoming videos. Also, comment below. Put your recommendation down there. Check with me on Discord. Get in touch with me through there. We do have a phone number that you can call and communicate with us as well. That is also posted in the description of the video, and also there's an email address if you want to get in touch with me for whatever the reason may be. So it is now time for NF, guys. We want to delve into the heart of the message. How Could You Leave Us Now by NF. Let's get to the heart of the message. How could you leave us? How could you leave us, huh?
How could you leave so unexpected? We waited.
Very emotional. Family oriented. Yeah. NF is really good. Really, really good as an artist.
We waited for you, but you just left us.
Wow.
We needed you. I needed you. Yo, I don't know what what it's like to be addicted to pills, but I do know what it's like to be a witness to kills. Mama told me she loved me, I'm thinking this isn't real. I think of you when I get a whiff of that cigarette smell, yeah. Welcome to the bottom of hell. They say pain is a prison. Let me out of my cell. You say you proud of me, but you don't know me that well. Sit in my room, tears running down my face, and I yell into my pillowcases. Say you coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with a parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes. I don't get it, mom. Don't you wanna watch it?
Oh man, this is so emotionally moving and so true. Very, very quickly, I want to ask the question: is this really an actual event that has happened to him as a child? Is this based on his story, or is he just using this just to communicate of how some other kids are living? It seems to me that this is really about him, because the level of emotion invested in the song, it doesn't seem like he's speaking for somebody else. It seems like he's really talking about his life, and also not having his mother being part of his, his childhood, that she must have been addicted to drugs and so on. And man, this is such a powerful, emotional song. I see why you guys voted for that, man. I see why you guys say, 47% of you were like, yep, how could you leave us now? How could you leave us, right? So you guys knew what you were doing. Yeah, this is really good.
Some lady in the corner watching us.
Yeah, the some lady in the corner watching us will be, so I'm guessing the mother either didn't necessarily have a relationship. Her drug habits, has gotten the best of her. So maybe she lost, she lost the children to children's services and so on. And to the point where even when the mother is around, the lady has to be there keeping an eye on things. So she must have lost her ability to care for her kids. So I guess he's speaking from that context as well. Very moving.
While she's taking notes, I don't get it, mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no.
Oh man. Oh, wow. Yeah. I think as parents, this is a sharp rebuke for some of us as parents who have neglected our homes for the sake of whatever, right? In this case, this is the mother who is addicted to her drugs, and as a result, she's not able to be there for her children. It's such a heartbreaking situation that happens all over the world, man. I mean, we've been in situations like that where we had to intervene ourselves and take the children in our own home for a period of time until the mother was able to get her head back together. My wife and I had to do that, once before, and there were times we had to intervene more than once. But to take it another direction here, man, you want to be careful with whatever it is that you place before your family. It's not just drugs. As for me, I've had my personal struggles. I'll share with you as we go on. But yeah, man, family comes first. Before friends, before drugs, before party, before habits, before the job. Even before church, family comes first.
But you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping to them pills.
You back that up a little bit.
While she's taking notes, I don't get it, mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no. But you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping to them pills.
Yeah, this has to be about him. This has to be his life, because there's so much emotion invested in this song. You can hear it in his voice. He's crying out. This had to be a real event that took place in his life. It's very, there's no way he could invest this much in the song and speaking the way he does. And if it's not about him, I'm very shocked that he's able to do that in the way that he does. But I am sure 100%, you guys are gonna have to let me know. This had to be about his life. Now I need to go read into his life and find out, a little bit about his childhood stories and everything else. But NF is wow. He's invested so much of himself in here, man. It's so undeniable. So undeniable.
More important, all you have to say is no. But you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you. Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us?
Wow.
How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? I got this picture in my room and it kills me. But I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now
You see, there you go. So you're hearing it from the heart of a child here, from the child of the perspective of a child. What matters to the children, man, is that it's not how much money you make or how well you can take care of the family. What matters to the children is you. It's us as parents, right? We are what's important to them. You know, they don't really care about how many gifts you could give. And I could think back in my own childhood, my father was the guy who would, you know, I mean, my mom and dad, they were divorced when I was like 2 years old, but my father was like the provider kind of person. He would come every now and then and provide. He would just pay for the school, pay for this and pay for that. It was nice, but I just wanted my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand what this was about. I just wanted him to just like hold my hands and take me to the park and, you know, shoot some basketball with me and stuff like that, and sit next to me and just like talk to me and invested himself in me. He didn't do that very well. I told him, by the way, guys, my father and I are very good friends right now. We get along really, really well. Maybe I could put a picture of my dad on the screen or something. But we are great. But the fact is, I did tell him, hey, man, you didn't do a good job investing in us, you know, when we were young. So I did bring it to his attention, and he actually apologized for doing that. But I think what we need to learn, as parents, is that what the children really care about is us. You know, the time we spend with them, you know, the investment, you know, us being there for them, being present. That's what they care about, and that's what we need to give to our families, and our loved ones.
in my room and it kills me. But I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now a relationship is something we won't ever have. But why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? You should have been there when I graduated. Told me you love me and congratulations. Instead you left us at the window waiting. Where you at, mom? What you young to understand? Where you at, huh? Yeah, I know them drugs that got you held captive. I can see it in your eyes, they got your mind captured. Some say it's fun to get the high, but I am not laughing. And what you don't realize and what you're not grasping, that I was nothing.
Man, this song is giving me goosebumps, man. This song is moving, man. This song is powerful. Parents, you gotta love your children. Fathers, love your sons and daughters, because this is what their hearts. This is the heart of a child crying out for love from a mother, crying out for love from a father. And friends, to deny the kids of this is the worst kind of abuse. We can't do that. You know, even if you are in a relationship with someone where there is a division, right? You can't get with that mother. You can't live with them. You guys can't live in the same space. I understand that, but the child shouldn't have to suffer because of that decision. It's not their fault. You know, what does that have to do with them? You know, so we have to put aside our differences and figure out the best way to invest in them and make them feel the love, even when situations are difficult like that. So fathers, don't give up on your sons and daughters. You know, mothers, don't give up on your children. It's a horrible thing to do. It's the worst kind of crime that you could commit against a child. Very dangerous, very bad.
But a kid who couldn't understand it. I ain't gonna say that I forgive you, cause it hasn't happened. I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me, then where you at then? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Our last conversation, you and I sat in the living room talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once.
So you can hear right here, like there is, after he allows his mother to listen to the song, so she probably like, no, this isn't you. Oh my goodness, my son, well done. And I bet he had like a gleam of hope, thinking, oh, my mom is gonna embrace me once again. And then before you know it, she went back into the life that once again breaking his heart. You know, he had this false hope. You know, it's a bad thing to mess around with our children's emotions like that. If we're gonna be there for them, let's be there for them. If we're gonna be honest with them, let's be honest with them. If we're gonna love them, let's love them. But again, she's obviously she is stuck in her habits, you know. She's an addict, so it's very difficult for her to break loose from that chain and love her family in the process. So wow, such a powerful song.
In a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once, I guess they came back to finish you. Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult. Music is the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to scream at your funeral. Sitting in my chair, that person talking was pitiful. I wish you were here.
Wait a minute, so she passed away? Did his mother really die from I guess a drug overdose or some sort? Wow, that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking, if that is true. You kidding me?
Mama, but every time I picture you, all I feel is pain. I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor. I could tell you felt hollow. Gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. You gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. Don't know if you hear me or not, but if you're still watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you?
This is too much emotionally. I can't handle that kind of emotion. This is like, oh man. This is so powerful. So powerful.
Why would you leave us?
Do you hear him weeping in the background? It's, wow.
How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us?
Oh man.
Sometimes I think about sometimes I think about things like, you know, when I have kids and like, you won't be there, you know, you won't be there for any of that.
So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
I'll never get to see you again. Sometimes I wish I would have just called you. I wish I would have just picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Wish you were here. I mean, you should have been there for us. You should have been here. Pills got you right. And pills got you right. I wish you were here.
Wow. Wow. That was heavy. That was heavy. That was so strong. That was so powerful. NF, boy. See, this is an emotional side of NF I haven't heard before. I've heard Tom McDonald's emotional side. I've heard Jelly Roll's emotional side. But NF here, man, just did something that connected me through him very, very strongly, too. Because I can look at my own personal life and realize this has happened to me as a child. I've made similar mistake as a man, you know. I remember there was a time that I was early in my ministry life, becoming a Christian and everything, and getting into the church. And I was like very investing into the activities of the church, which I still am, but I'm balanced now. But I was more like the guy who's trying to save the world, but in the process I was neglecting my home. You know, I was going out giving Bible studies, minister, visiting the sick and all that. But in that same process, my wife needed love and attention. You know, my children were also being neglected. So there is no way any person, man or woman, could justify their behaviors or some duties that they can place above their family. There's no justification for it, you know. And I'm so glad that there were two people in my life who intervened. You know, they actually sat me down. Two ministers, two pastors pulled me to the side. One of them met me one time, and the The other one actually called me and sat me down too and gave me some really, really good counsels. The first one said, James, the work of the Lord, and that's what he told me, James, the work of the Lord is your family. Your family is the work of the Lord. And I was like, wow. My thought was the work of the Lord is going out there and doing everything else. Yes, it is. But primarily the work of the Lord starts within the home, taking care of those within. And he says, if you don't take care of the home, you can't go outside of the home to be of help to anybody else. Wow. And the second one sat me down, and the counsel that he gave me was, if you care for those within, you'll be able to care better for those without. And the idea is you love your wife, you care for your children, you give them the attention they need, and watch how God will use your faithfulness within, and you will use that as a blessing to bless others outside. So that was a lesson for me, never to neglect the home, never to neglect our children for whatever the reason may be, and especially for drugs, for other people, for friends, for partying, for this and that. These things, they should never take the first place when it comes to what is happening within the house. Cherish your children, man. Invest in them, And if you have a drug habit of any sort, you need to get the help as soon as you can. Get yourself admitted to some type of rehab center, and get rid of that habit by any means necessary, because it is not worth losing. This is the cry of our children's heart. Your love for your children should motivate you to want to overcome these habits, and pray to God to help you in the process. And but use every means possible to get rid of these habits before it is too late. You don't want to lose your life in the process. At the same time, you don't want to lose your children, man. And I've experienced here, a lot of kids go through that, man, and it's a shame. It shouldn't be that way. And even if you don't love the mother, you don't love the father, even if you have some issues with them, maybe you can't stay in the same house, you cannot occupy the same space. Don't neglect the children as a result of the division. Find every way possible as a father to invest, to be there for your kids, and as a mother, be there for your children no matter what is going on in your life. Put them first. I'm so glad that God doesn't treat us this way, guys. And one good news is that we serve a God who doesn't give up on us. He loves us no matter what is going on. Here is a passage here that I would like to leave you guys with. This passage goes like this. This is coming from Hebrews chapter 13, and I'm reading from verse 5. It says, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such thing as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave you, nor forsake you." I'm so glad God doesn't leave and forsake us, because he's such a faithful father. He's such a faithful parent who is always there. I'm so glad God doesn't give up on me, because I've made so many mistakes and he still's there, He doesn't depart from me because, just because I do wrong. He is such a loving father. We can learn something from God. To always be there for those whom we love. To never leave them. To never forsake them. This was a powerful song. Very emotional. Very relatable. Very true. And it's causing me to reflect on a lot of things as a man. I've learned a major lesson through listening to that song. Such an important thing to cherish those within, instead of habits or those without. Put your family first. Thank you for listening, friends. As always, look unto Jesus and live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.